Hey everybody, Dr. J here, and happy Wednesday. So today I just want to go through a particular topic that I hear very much all the time after treating well over 1,200 people across the world and helping them to relieve their chronic pain successfully. I always hear the same narrative or even potentially the same excuse across many different parents and professionals or even healthcare workers. And this thing here is that when you are in pain, is that oftentimes we'll always say to ourselves, "Oh my gosh, I need to do something about my pain, but I'm short on time. I'm way too busy to do anything about it." And so I wanted to share three mindset shifts that will allow you to stop using that narrative and to finally take control of chronic pain. So let me dive into why you should be listening now, is because I am Dr. Jason One. I am a lifestyle physical therapist. And what I do is I specialize in helping busy parents, professionals, and healthcare workers worldwide and helping them to teach them how to take control of chronic pain by themselves without medication, surgery, or manual therapy. What I do is holistically, I focus not on medication or I focus on teaching people how to massage themselves. I teach people more so how to change their lifestyle and create habit based behaviors that will essentially automate pain out of their life. And that is through whether it's exercise or focusing on your nutrition, managing your stress, mindset shifts, which we're going to be talking about today. And we have a very strong track record worldwide in helping people with that. And so, if you are a mom or dad and you have kids, or maybe your kids are grown, or maybe your kids are toddlers, doesn't really matter, and you're balancing out the day to day life, so doing your chores, going to work, and even trying to fit in a little bit of exercise, even a little bit of a date night with your spouse, I totally get that many people will feel that they are always short on time. They never have enough time in the day. They always wish for 24 hours a day, I wish there was 29. So in the comments, just let me know if you've ever felt that way. And also, if you are watching live right now, comment the word live. If you are here on a replay at some other time, comment the word replay. Okay. In terms of that, is that I can definitely empathize with that. Like, I know exactly how that feels. I have a 2-year-old child who I would definitely say he's not a type of child that just plays by himself and just does his own thing. He is very demanding in some ways, but he brings a lot of joy to my life. I also run a business. I have a remote coaching program where I teach, again, people around the world how to get rid of pain by themselves. And also, I have a wife to take care of. I also have friends. And I also, the other thing that's a really big, important pillar in my life is taking care of my nutrition, strength training consistently, ensuring my cardio is up, and also ensuring that I'm doing every necessary thing, task, or action to keep my body out of pain, because I myself dealt with over 5 years of chronic neck and back issues after going to years of chiropractic, years of massage. Nobody could really figure out what was going on. I was told to fix my posture. Nothing was able to actually fix me until I realized that I shouldn't be relying on somebody else. I should be fixing myself. So I had to fix my mindset. I had to fix my habits, and I had to fix the fact that I wasn't doing enough exercises and enough things that were really inching the needle forward to get myself out of chronic pain. So if you're wanting to be truly out of chronic pain, but you always feel like there is never enough time in the day, you're always short on time, you're always busy, and you always put what needs to be done on the back burner, then listen to these three mindset shifts. Okay, so the first one I want to talk to you about is simply just procrastination, right? Because the reality is that if I were to follow you in your home, and actually from the day that you wake up, from the morning that you wake up to the time that you go to sleep, you will always feel like, yes, if your mind says always, I'm always short on time. But if I were to follow you and journal everything that you do, I would argue that there are always little bits of time that you can carve out to either exercise, do some mobility exercises, strength train, and do a lot of things that can really decrease your pain. And I talked about in my previous live streams how strength training is likely one of the most sustainable long-term solutions that will keep pain out of your life. So not putting that in there, you're wondering, like, if I follow you, essentially you do have time, but we always fill in that time with being on our social media, texting our friends, maybe we call our mom or something, and we always fit in every little thing. So even if we have time, we always try to fill in that time with anything else that is either seemingly more important at that time or is more comfortable. Because procrastination, what I feel is a great definition that you guys should understand is procrastination is essentially fear and uncertainty disguised. Okay. Procrastination is fear and uncertainty disguised. So if you're uncertain about strength training, if you're feeling like you might feel some discomfort, like it might just be that task seems overwhelming. Like I watched this 30-minute pain relief video, and there was a lot of exercises that I could have done, but because I know it's going to take more effort or it's going to put me through some discomfort, and it takes more effort to do it, I will essentially just scroll my phone or I'll watch that Netflix episode, right? So I know that some of you guys, Netflix is worldwide, and I know that there's just a lot of notifications and a lot of things that can distract us, let alone our kids, our spouse, our to-dos, our chores, everything else that we deem necessary. But we don't oftentimes see strength training or mobility as necessary. Or if we do feel it's necessary, then we procrastinate, and therefore we feel fearful and uncertain of how we might respond to the exercise. And then we replace it with anything else and we perceive it as important. Okay. So just remember that the mindset shift is you're not a procrastinator. You're not somebody that's always short on time, but simply enough is that sometimes you just feel very uncertain. You feel fearful or anxious about starting a new program. Or maybe it's like you feel very comfortable with where you're at. You have some chronic pain. It's like you're normal, but you're wondering, if I do the strength training, will I get hurt? Will something else happen to me? So again, it's fear and uncertainty stopping us from actually taking those actions. So hopefully that makes sense. And that is why essentially people do take us on as coaches, because we give them certainty. We find that we analyze exactly what's going on, what the root cause of their pain is, and then we'll give them some sort of program that they can feel comfortable with. We'll actually do them together. And when they start to feel confident with that program, we lay it out for them, and it's done by a doctor of physical therapy. So you feel more certain about what you're doing rather than maybe you're watching a bunch of reels or Instagram videos and trying to piece things together. And that's very uncertain for you. Okay. So let's go through like the mindset shift number 2. And let me know number 1 helped. Number 2 here is we oftentimes feel like we're short on time, but the truth is that everything moves slower when we are in pain. Let me say that again. We always feel like we're short on time, we're always busy, and we can never get enough time in the day. But the truth is that everything moves slower when we are in pain. So let me give you an example, is that for a given task, right? There's Sarah number 1 and Sarah number 2. And Sarah number 1 is feeling a lot of chronic pain. Her back hurts, her neck hurts, she's getting some headaches. And she decides to take the laundry down to the laundry room, put the laundry in, right? And then after that, then she'll take it out and then she has to fold it. Okay. Versus Sarah number 2, who essentially, let's say, hypothetically, she has no pain whatsoever. And she's the same exact person, but the only thing is she doesn't have pain in her life. So therefore, she's able to move faster. She has less brain fog. She's able to concentrate and multitask faster. And therefore, she's able to get that task done in, let's say, 50% the amount of time. So for some people in chronic pain that really feel like if you have headaches, migraines, neck pain, low back pain, or maybe you don't have a lot of pain, but maybe you just feel weak. Oh, I should be strength training, but I don't because I'm always short on time. Well, flip that narrative, because if you prioritize strength training, then you'll get stronger and you likely will get more powerful and you will get faster at doing tasks in your life. And then also, if you have headaches, for example, and you're doing your mobility exercises to decrease those headaches, then you have more mental clarity, you have more focus, you have more concentration, and therefore you're able to multitask and get from one task to another much quicker. And I know that for busy dads and moms, especially myself, I know that we can't help but do a little bit of multitasking, right? Or sometimes you have to batch things out. But essentially, you're looking at mentally and physically, you are slower when you have pain in your life. So if you can stop saying to yourself, I'm busy, and you're just creating the same perpetual loop that you're busy, you don't take care of your body, you don't take care of your health, you don't exercise, then your body just ends up in more pain and more stiffness. Then essentially it's going to perpetuate just you feeling even slower as you get older. So this one might seem a little bit harsh, but I want you to just understand that mindset shift, that when I strength train, I get through things so much quicker. I do consider myself, and I pride myself in being one of the stronger dads amongst my friends. And when I am stronger, I'm able to get things done so much quicker. laundry, vacuuming, I'm able to still fit in the gym because I know that, again, the gym being stronger and being more powerful is essentially the gateway to having less pain. And also, I do move much faster and much more efficiently and with less injury when I prioritize the things that I need to. Okay. So, number two is like about priorities, but also just switching the mindset. Like, I have chronic pain, then if I can fit in a little bit of exercise, I will do it. But then sometimes if I can't fit it in, I'll just skip it. Now just flip that, right? Just put the exercise in front of your task and your work and whatever chores you have to do. And when you put the exercise first at the forefront, then it makes every aspect of your physical task in your life more effective and a lot easier. Okay. So going into the last one, number three, is we oftentimes become very complacent and very comfortable with our pain. It's like pain we start to identify as a person with chronic pain. We start to tag ourselves. We start to label ourselves. And let me know in the comments that if you've been labeled with a diagnosis, it's almost like you have this permanent name tag that says herniated disc, or that says chronic low back pain, or it says genetically predisposed to neck arthritis. You wear that on yourself. So therefore, when you wear it, it's like you identify with it, and your identity correlates and it perpetuates your beliefs, and then your belief, therefore, it perpetuates your actions. So identity, belief, actions, results, right? Say that out loud: identity, beliefs, action, results. So if you identify as a person with chronic pain, you're going to have the belief that I will live in with this pain for the rest of my life because my doctor told me I had it, or genetically my dad or mom had it. And therefore, you're not going to take much action because you're going to say, I'm comfortable. This is my life. I've just been dealt a bad set of hands. And that, therefore, those are going to, whatever actions that you take, which is going to be very minimal, that's going to be your results as well. So looking at that, that again perpetuates just more pain in your future, more pain the next year. Every single year, you just continue to get slower or continue to get pain. And I understand that with regards to that dark narrative or that dark vision that I just painted, is that you essentially have that choice to flip that narrative. And if you have that choice, essentially saying, maybe if I get the right help, then I can make that change, right? That's why people essentially, they join our remote coaching program to essentially do that. And if you're interested in that, comment the word coaching or DM the word coaching. I'd love to have a conversation with you to see if you're a good fit with us. But if not that, then at least take some sort of action, whether it's you walking outside, doing some sort of stretch that you learned from me, or from learning from a YouTube video. Put on that YouTube video for 15 minutes and see if you can move your body to see if your body feels better. But when you're complacent and comfortable with the diagnoses, with the name tag, with the label, then that reflects on your beliefs. And therefore your beliefs are saying, this is me. This is me at 45 years of age. This is the 45-year-old version of Sarah, who I know that as I get older, it's just going to get harder from here. I'm just going to get slower, and there's no end to it. Okay. I've heard that story. I'm not making that. I'm not confabulating that. This is something that I've heard from hundreds and thousands of people that I've spoken to. Okay. So when you're looking at these mindset shifts, what can I do right now to get stronger? What actions can I take to get more mobile? Should I always say that I'm short on time, or should I realize that I'm short on time because I am moving slower, and therefore I need to strength train, I need to run, I need to move more in order to get my body to feel more mobile and more resilient so that I can be the best version of me, be a better and stronger parent, a better and stronger health professional, a better and stronger overall human being, that as you're getting older, you can say to yourself that I am in control of my chronic pain, and I'm in control of how my body either decays over time or how my body accelerates in health over time. Okay. So just to recap on this, the mindset shifts on, if you're a person that's in chronic pain, but always feels like I can't commit to anything, I'm always short on time, or maybe you somebody that talked to me before and you're like, I can't commit to this because my time is limited and I don't want to fail myself. If you have said that to yourself, understand these mindset shifts. One, procrastination, getting past that is just fear and uncertainty disguised. Number two, understanding that you are moving slower when you're in pain. So mentally and physically stronger is through exercise and through actually taking reasonable action. And number three, stop labeling yourself with your diagnoses. Understand that you have gotten comfortable, you have gotten complacent. You have gotten complacent with where you're at and what your labels are. And so therefore you have neck arthritis. So you feel like you're always live with neck pain. That is simply not true. Okay. So if you got any good takeaways from this, let me know number 1, 2, or 3, like which one helped you the most. Just label a number down below in the comments. But also at the same time, if you have any questions, definitely shoot me a message as well. If just a little soft action here, but if you feel like you want to take the actions, if you feel like you're always short on time and you really want to become stronger, more mobile, more pain-free, and get a second chance at life and moving better and getting back to the activities that you love, I'd love to help you personally. We've coached people all around the world remotely. If you're interested in coaching, just comment the word coaching. And I'm also happy to help you whenever you need it. Okay. So this is Dr. J signing off, and I'll see you on the next one.